At this time, I'd like to introduce the head coach of the Black Knights, Jeff Monken.
Good afternoon. Obviously, getting prepared after this bye week for the game this Saturday, and coming off the game at Rice, and it just had some really good things in that game from 2 weeks ago that I felt like we were able to build on. And it's unfortunate we weren't able to win the game, but I just to see our kids fight back from being down 14 points just over 2 minutes into the game, I thought was really encouraging, and showed a lot of resilience, and I thought that was positive. We had some chances to make some plays, and didn't, and certainly that last drive, we were down there knocking on the door and had to settle for a field goal, and they put together a great drive and went and beat us. But I thought our kids fought really hard and had some adversity, and were able to respond. So I hope that's something that's going to help us as we go down the rest of the way, the last third of the season here. This game this week, certainly these games are important to the academy, and we want to do everything we can to win. And I'm sure there's going to be some times in the game Saturday where we're going to have to dig down deep, and hopefully we're learning to do that a lot better. So we're excited about the opportunity to play this Saturday. I think our guys have done a nice job with practice. We're starting to get a little healthier in some areas where we've had some guys banged up, particularly on the offensive line, and I think that's going to hopefully help us and help our depth. So a few more days to practice and get prepared for our trip.
Go ahead.
Joe from WKDT. Coach, Air Force has thrown up a lot of points. Can you get into a shootout with them and win?
I don't know.
Would you rather not get into a shootout?
It made a difference. All we want to do is have one more than them at the end. So it doesn't make any difference to us how it happens. Just try to have enough points to win a football game.
Okay. Now the question that's been asked of every coach whoever's gone to Colorado Springs: will the altitude affect you, and if so, what will you do about it?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think it should affect us. I mean, I've been there before with other teams, and have won. So I don't know. I mean, you just got to play. It's certainly going to be different, but it's not any different than when you play a really hot game or a game where it's snowing, or there's things you can't control, and so don't worry about the things you can't control. Just try to do the best you can to play, to execute, and hopefully we'll do that.
We would put like some oxygen tanks on the sideline, something like that.
No, I don't know if we have any. I mean, that's something we've talked about. But if we felt like we needed it, I know that Boo Corrigan would get it for us. He's tremendously supportive, and if we felt like that's something that would benefit us, we'd do it. But I don't know that we've got that plan. I'll let the training staff kind of monitor that and feel like if they think that's a necessity, then I'm sure they'll request that.
Okay, and of course, never fails, but we just talk about this Commander-in-Chief's trophy.
You like bringing that thing, don't you, Joe?
I've been bringing it every year for many, many years since we actually won it in '96.
Yeah.
And it's one of these days it's going to work again. Is this the day it's going to work again, Jeff?
There's only one way to settle that. That's on the field. You got 2 games to play to settle it, and this is one of them. So we want to just try to play our very best, do the best we can to execute, and we didn't do a very good job of that last year, and I hope we'll do a better job this year and give ourselves a better chance.
Go ahead, Brian.
Coach, what do you like most about having a week off, and what do you like least about having a week off?
I think a week off is beneficial to any team, and the extra preparation is good. The rest is particularly good. Getting healthy, getting guys back. We actually had a couple guys get banged up in practice last week, and that's always aggravating to have that happen in practice. But it's football, and it's going to happen. But a lot of those guys that had kind of been on and off again, and more off than anything, have gotten healthy, and that's helped us. So I think those 2 things are really good. And I don't know if there's a negative to having a week off. I mean, I've never felt like it was a disadvantage to have an extra week to prepare. I always felt like that was an advantage. So try to use it to do those things, to get some extra preparation and get rest.
Go ahead, Sal.
Coach, how's Ahmad doing, and do you expect him to play on Saturday?
I do expect him to play. He's practiced the last couple of days, and we'll practice the rest of the week. Our training staff's done a great job of getting him nursed back to health, and we'll expect to play him on Saturday. So, certainly that position and the two guys that have played all the snaps for us this year, both have had their problems with injury, and that's always a concern when you got a guy that's nicked up, that it may come back, it may reoccur, and that's always a concern. But we don't have much choice. We're going to play those guys, and if we can, or they get hurt, then we got some other guys we're preparing as well. There's no trades at this point to get another guy in. So I think all those guys are working really hard. Some of those young guys have been getting quite a few reps the last couple of weeks, certainly in preparation for the Rice game, and not having Ahmad ready for that game gave those guys some opportunity. And then in this bye week, to have the extra preparation gave those guys a chance to get a lot of reps. So the more they play and the more they practice, the more comfortable they're going to get. And if they've got to get in the game, then we got to do things that they can handle and keep the game going.
Do you believe in a 2-game season with Air Force and Navy, that now since you're 8 games in, those are the 2 most important games on the schedule?
Oh, I don't know that there'd be any argument that those are the 2 biggest games on the schedule anyway, before you ever play a game. And the battle for the Commander-in-Chief's trophy means a lot to the Academy, and it's a huge part of playing at West Point. So certainly those 2 games are important to us, and are always a goal